Red-eared slider basics. Red-eared sliders are one of the most exotic aquatic reptiles that are kept as pets. They are cute when little, but grow into large turtles who can be quite messy sometimes. They are inhabitants of the USA and can typically be trailed in swamps, ponds and slow rivers. They live long, nearly around 45 to 60 years. However, their long life solely depends upon your care. Taking care of red-eared sliders entails a lot of commitment and attention. While planning to breed these amazing turtles, one must also consider the expenses involved in the process. Caring adequately for your red-eared slider will comprise three elements: housing, clean water and nourishing diet. This is a complete care guide related to red-eared sliders. It subsumes all the essential information that you will require in your journey of breeding your wonderful and exotic pet. Be prepared, your turtle can be messy. Well, all turtles are known for making a mess, and so are these red-eared sliders. So you are required to make appropriate preparations to take care of this mess. For this purpose you will need a filter which is rated for 2 to 3 times the amount of water in your tank. Filters go a long way to keep the tank clean and hygienic. Don't hug these critters, they may possibly be carrying salmonella. It's not only your turtle, but all other animals and reptiles are likely to be carrying bacteria and infections. Red-eared sliders are often known for carrying salmonella, however, this should not by any means stop you from raising them as pets. In order to keep yourself and your house away from these bacteria and infections, you are simply required to carry out hygiene measures. Moreover, you must also look carefully whether the red-eared slider you are buying is less than 4 inches, as these turtles are more prone to salmonella. The good news, however, is that US government has prohibited the sales of turtles of this size. Habitat options for red-eared sliders. There are several choices to provide a comfortable house to your new pet. These options include the following: an aquarium, an outdoor pond, an indoor pond. No matter what option you choose for your turtle, just keep one thing in mind, that your red-eared slider will require ample amount of space. To get a rough estimation, you must look out for space that is appropriate for at least 6 gallons per inch of turtle. You must also consider that these tiny hatchlings will soon grow in size, so your habitat should be able to accommodate that. Other things that you will require in your habitat are a submersible heater, a filter, a basking area light, a UV light. If you are interested in keeping your turtle as a lifelong friend and are looking for more information on what should be included in the best habitat for a red-eared slider, you don't have to worry. All your queries are answered in the book Red-Eared Slider Secrets, available at the link down in the description. Your turtle needs to be healthy. Feed them with nutrition. Your young turtle will mainly be carnivorous. However, adult sliders are more interested in plant matter. As you like variety in your food, similarly, your turtle also demands variety in its food. The ideal food for sliders are crickets. However, you can always feed them prepared pellets, guppies, earthworms, minnows, kale and mealworms. For nutritional value, feed your pet carrots, romaine lettuce, grape leaves and squash. Fruits like banana, grapes and strawberries can also be given to them, but rarely. Red-eared sliders need calcium in order to stay healthy. The food you provide them includes calcium, however, sliders require extra calcium. To fulfill their calcium requirement, feed the sliders with cuttlebone or add calcium powder to their food. Handle your slider with care. Handling the red-eared slider is not so frantic most of the times. Although, you must be careful while interacting with your slider, as too much interaction mostly makes them scared and there are chances that they might scratch or bite you in fear. While you are holding your slider, hold its underside to give firm support instead of grabbing its shell. Just as a piece of advice, always wash your hands properly after handling your turtle. Clean water is essential. Always keep the water warm and clean of habitat where you have kept your slider. In case of aquariums, make certain that the water is at least as deep as the width of your red-eared slider's shell. As discussed earlier, sliders can be messy, therefore, in order to scrub the tank, always use vinegar and water. Don't ever use soap and bleach to clean the slider's aquarium, as leftover residues will kill your red-eared slider. To know more information about how you can care for, feed your red-eared slider and create captivating habitat, please refer to Red-Eared Slider Secrets, available at the link in the description for a complete care guide. Feel free to check it out. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video.